Oh.
Oh.
Okay, let's see if that works. Why did it crash? It's so dumb. It crashed on my favorite character. Let's see. Let's see, is it back? I can't check my phone. My phone's dead. Look. Hoping that they come back. Hey, can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you charge my phone? Like, plug it in. It should be plugged in. Or not. It might not be. Yeah, it probably is unplugged. You know the last plug on the thing? Can you take that out? That's the gamepad one. And then put in mine. That is connected to, it should be connected to the fast charger. Oh yes, we're back. Yes, welcome back. I don't know why it crashed. Oh. Why is chat not working though? That's my issue. Hold on. Let me see if chat will work. Okay, someone type something in the chat. I want to see if it works. I just want to see it just in case if it works. Perchance. Okay, there we go. Good. We are good. I was going to show Crankcase, but apparently it crashed. Do you want to do him?
You can show Crankcase again.
And then put your hot take that you said before.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do Crankcase again, because it didn't work.
Did somebody call a doctor?
I looked at his lips this time. Okay. Your hot takes that you had that you got cut off
I think
for?
the lip sync looks weird at the beginning. It looks... Technically, he's supposed to say another line, which is, the doctor is in. And it looks like they didn't even try to get him to up to, like, you know...
He probably just redubbed it.
I also feel like the voice... Like, Crankcase's voice lines don't feel as good as they were in Trap Team. Like, Trap Team was... Like peak. Like, these... I just don't feel the energy.
I mean,
It's
I
like
feel
Crankcase, but watered down.
somehow. Like, how do you water down perfection?
You watered it down.
It was literally perfection.
He was great. He's great. He was funny.
I love
He's
him.
a little gross in this game, actually.
Bro wipes his nose.
He's kind of gross. Which, I mean, he does work with goo, but at least he was like a gentleman with goo. Now
In
he's
Trap
like,
Team, he was like a little chaotic maniac.
but now he's like kind of gross. I don't like that. No thanks.
No thanks. Oh boy.
Oh my god.
It's him.
I like the fear that this inanimate object feels as Graveclobber runs towards it.
With its other hand.
Like, look, even when you watch it, it goes, no, 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 no. Like,
I would be afraid of him.
the
Like,
fear. Graveclobber is interesting. I think he's hot. I'll
What?
admit, hear me out, Graveclobber.
my golem boy.
He's hot.
In my opinion, I think he's like kind of like related to Golden Queen in a way.
I mean, she summons him. Makes sense. He's in his back. Okay, he has one of the darkest backstories in this entire game.
For some reason.
Okay, so Graveclobber originally was a pharaoh of the Golden Desert.
Huh. I wonder.
So, let me talk. Shut up. Let me speak.
Okay.
Okay, so he was the pharaoh of the Golden Desert. His brothers conspired against him. They didn't want him to be the pharaoh. So while he was sleeping, they dragged him out of bed, pushed him into a coffin, and
Drowned.
him in a watery grave.
That's why he's a water element now.
He eventually, he died. Obviously, he died. It literally says he drowned in this grave. He was so angry about what happened. He literally resurrected from the dead and hunted down and murdered all of his brothers. He then laid back down and went to rest, only to wake up again when the Golden Queen was the queen of the desert, and she took him under her rule.
And she summons him in his boss fight. So, Osiris, but Skylanders.
What?
I think it's Osiris?
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah. That's him.
We love him though.
It's a really dark backstory for a Sky. Like it just the idea that he hunted down and murdered. They don't say murder. They say he clobbered
'Cause he's
all
grave
of his
clobber.
brothers. Yeah. He goes hard though.
I love
I
his theme.
I like his inspiration of like a wrestler surfer. That's fun. That's so much fun.
He's adorable though.
I have him and I want to play him more, but Imaginators just sucks at the game, so I don't play him as much.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
Get him, chompy puppet!
I guess clobbered. I'm not chompy that fell.
I will be completely honest. First of all, why is he a bazooker? He should have been a sorcerer. He's always a sorcerer.
He's always.
But okay, you know what? Fine, I can accept change. He doesn't feel as crazy in this game.
He needs to be crazy.
Like, bro is crazy in all of his other interpretations. Like, bro is like a twitching, violent mess. Here he's just kind of, he's like Chompy Mage with less crack.
Where's the crack?
He's supposed to be cracked out.
Where's the crack?
He's crazy. He's supposed to be fucking insane.
You know what I also find very disappointing?
What?
He doesn't turn into his giant chompy form.
Oh yeah, they gave him a giant Chompy form in Trap Team, only for him to never use it again.
He actually originally had it in Giants.
Yeah, but he had like didn't it like it upgraded in Trap Team?
You could use it, yeah.
Wasn't he like an even better Chompy though? Like he turned into a big Chompy always, but then
He turned into a lava chompy
he turned
after.
into a lava Chompy in friggin' Trap Team.
Crazy
so-
old man.
Like they just upgraded upon him, and only to see it just disappear here. Like
Where
it's
is
weird.
it?
Also, I don't know. He just doesn't feel it. It's like Crankcase. It's just watered down Chompy Mage.
Unfortunate. Sadly. Alright, are we ready for our boy?
Yes. What's Chet's?
I love the air horn!
Life of the party!
Aw, he really never uses it. I know.
I love him.
He's like one of the better senseis. He's so fun to play as. He's so fun.
Funny. He's fun. He gets his own unique music all the time, constantly. He's always having so much fun. And the thing is, he has one of the saddest backstories.
For how adorable he is.
I won't go into full details because I don't know. This is taking forever. But he is really sad, honestly. His best friend got kidnapped, and Chaos told him that the Skylanders kidnapped his best friend. So he went to go kill the Skylanders to save his friend, and he got tossed in prison. He met up with the Doom Raiders, and he tried to join them, but they thought he was, like, a joke. So instead of just, I don't know, telling him no, like, he can't be part of our team, they manipulated him and abused him into, like, doing their dirty work, only to, like, in the end, backstab him and get him captured by the Skylanders again. The Skylanders then, like, realized, like, oh, shit, this guy isn't evil. He's just
sad.
Really sad and really scared. So they take him in, and they're currently looking for his best friend, which may or may not have been eaten by Chaos.
Turn on your Wii remote. It's so unfortunate.
He's cool, though. He's weird. He gets the most character development in Ring of Heroes in the weird mobile game. But you know what? He's very valid for that. I love him.
Too bad you can't play Ring of Heroes anymore.
I love Ring of Heroes. Ring of Heroes is my Roman Empire.
It technically kind of is because it fell.
Shut up.
Oh boy, mommy.
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 Mommy. Mommy.
Oh,
Mommy.
the queen.
Mommy.
Shush. Why does she get her big form, but not Chompy Mage?
Because hers is more iconic.
I
She's
feel like
slayed.
Chompy Mage is more iconic.
No, she's slayed.
Mommy!
10 out of 10. Would Smooch. She should have won. She was the better villain than Chaos. I don't care if it was like, oh, she just wanted gold. How could you say that? Okay, it's better than Chaos is just, oh, he's just evil for the sake he's evil.
She
But
just
at least
wants
she's
gold.
got, she just wants gold. That's all she wants.
She just wants gold.
She just wants gold. Better than her being evil for the sake of being evil. I love her. She's great.
She's a
She's
like a
got
mean
wonderful
lesbian.
voice. She's iconic. She's just underutilized. She could have been I feel like she should have been the main villain of Trap Team. Look, Chaos's boss fight is awesome in Trap Team. But like, commit to her being the final boss. Make her the one with the epic endgame
Agreed, baby.
transformation with the super hard ass difficult boss fight. I think she could have been amazing. I wanted her to turn more islands into snow globes and take over Skylands. I think she's iconic, she's wonderful, she's really cool, she's really fucking cool. And just captured my attention more than Chaos does. Like, I know everyone's like, oh, but Chaos is so iconic. Yeah, but he's fucking annoying after a while. She was a breath of fresh air, and they should have just committed to the Doom Raiders.
I love her so much.
They should have committed to her being the final villain. She's great. She's better than Chaos. I'll die on my hill.
You got Harold.
Fucking Harold.
Harold.
I'm hood to go.
Who are you?
Not my hoodsicle.
You're not my hoodsicle. You're not my hoodsicle. Who are you? Fucking Harold.
The reason why we call him Harold is because he has such a higher voice than his Trap Team voice, and it makes me sad. His Trap Team voice was so deep.
The thing is, It's the same voice actor.
But they didn't do the scary effects.
They decided not to do they decided to skip out on the scare effects, so they didn't want him to scare children, I guess.
He's the edgy character. He's the edgy one, not Pit Boss. This guy screams edge.
Which is funny because if you actually look at a lot of his dialogue in Trap Team, he makes like dad jokes.
He's a dad.
Like, he makes dad jokes. I'm sorry. He's funny. He's actually funny when you listen to him. The thing is, he sounds super evil, but in actuality, he's very funny.
I really like Hoodsicle wear his spooks.
Yeah, no. He's a watered down Hoodsicle.
This is like the most watered down a character has gotten. I'm sorry.
The thing Hoodsicle was scared every time. Like, Cookie would tell me, Jade, there's a Hoodsicle coming. I shit my pants.
Remember in the last stream when
The last stream when we were playing and Cookie was like, I think there's a Hoodsicle coming. I was like, no, there better not be a Hoodsicle coming. I don't want a Hoodsicle coming.
Someone should clip that.
No.
Someone should clip that. That would be so funny. He's an edgy dad. I mean, we had canon that like he's like
I had canon. Grim Creeper is his son.
because they're both Grim Reapers.
Because like Grim is a little Grim Reaper with a really deep voice, and he makes morbid jokes. And then Hoodsicle's a big Grim Reaper with a scary voice. I think they're family.
They're totally family. That's why he makes dad jokes.
That's why he makes dad jokes. It hurts me that he's like this. This isn't my Hoodsicle. This is Harold. This is not the same character. Who is this guy? First, they changed him into the Dark Element. Okay, I can accept that a little. Then they just, like, took away all of his iconicness. He looks like he's made out of, like, smooth plastic here. Where's the roughage?
Grim Creeper, I forgot about him.
Where's the roughage? Where is the spook? He's, like, not scary anymore. Like, I wouldn't be, if this guy rolled, the thing is, his opening line is perfect. Any last words?
But he sounds so dumb.
He sounds like he's not, it sounds like he doesn't sound scary anymore. He just sounds like a guy.
He's just like, any
like,
last words? That's what he sounds like. I'm not joking.
The weird part is, Ambush is voiced by the same guy who voices Hoodsicle.
He's one of my favorites. Chop Chop. I know. It's just, ugh.
Hoodsicle shares the voice actor with Ambush and with Spyrise, but Ambush that we saw earlier. And Ambush sounds more intimidating than Hoodsicle does.
It's sad.
I'd be more scared if Ambush was coming after me than Hoodsicle. I'm supposed to be more scared of Hoodsicle coming after me. I just think they went really hard with him in Trap Team, and then they were like, shit, we gotta tone him back. He's too... The thing is, his dialogue, it got, like, scarier. Like he says, like, really, like, morbid things in this game, but he doesn't have anything to back it up. Like, I'm not scared of him. I should be quaking when I think of Hoodsicle. I'm not quaking.
Grim Creeper and Chop Chop, my undead boys.
Look, I'm more scared of Grim Creeper than I am of Hoodsicle.
That's sad.
I should be more scared of Hoodsicle. Grim Creeper should be like his little son that he yells at to pretend he's 12 at a restaurant. But instead, we got fucking Harold.
Harold!
This is just Harold in a Hoodsicle costume. Hoodsicle left. Hoodsicle left the chat. This is just Harold. They were like, shit, Hoodsicle won't join the next game. Gotta pretend to have someone be him.
Harold.
So they told Harold to do it. Intern Harold to do it.
It's sad. I'm sorry they had to butcher you like this.
Bottom tier. He's fine as a Skylander, but God, he's not Hoodsicle. They should have just made him someone else. He's not Hoodsicle. This is not Hoodsicle. No. Different character. This is different.
This is a disgrace to what he originally was. Alright. The last one. If you were in our Skylanders stream a while back when we were trying to get all the level stars, you would have remembered this guy. Now he's a Skylander.
This is what Hoodsicle should have been.
Mm-hmm.
Taekwon Crow is an amazing rendition of who he was in Trap Team. He's improved upon. He's got extra stuff. He's still funny. He's iconic. He's great. Like, it's so hard about seeing, like, these two, like, compared to each other. Like, Taekwon Crow succeeded when it came to, like, revamping him and stuff. He doesn't have his sword anymore.
He has ninja stars.
He has ninja stars now. But it fits in with, like, his, like, the fact that he's an otaku, canonically, that he's just a nerd. Like, it fits in. Like, he is the kid who watched Naruto, and he was like, I'm going to be a fucking ninja growing up.
The thing is, he's a pirate, but he wants to be a ninja.
Yeah, I think he picked the wrong occupation on accident. His backstory is funny because he got dared to be a pirate, so he decided to be the evilest pirate in the world. So Eon realized this, and he went, okay, Taekwon Crow, I dare you to be a Skylander. And Taekwon Crow went, well, fuck, I guess I'm a Skylander now. And now he's one of the best Skylanders out there.
Turn on your Wii remote.
I just jiggled it! But yeah, Taekwon Crow. I love him. He's great. He's what Hoodsicle should have been. Same iconicness, he's improved upon. He is a love letter to his Trap Team version. He's not.
This is how to do a revamped villain.
Although my one gripe is that what happened to Hawkmungus? I liked his original name. Why is he Taekwon Crow? He's not even doing Taekwondo.
We still call him Hawkmungus.
He's doing ninjutsu. I don't understand.
I don't know either. But I think that's it, because the other ones are just the variants of previous characters. You love him. There he goes. Whee!
Fine. I can't put my car in. I'll find a place to park.
You're gonna park over there.
Park over here. I love him.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all our opinions on the senseis.
So we did the packs, we looked through all the senseis. Is there anything else that you want to do tonight? It's
kind of late though.
It is 11:20.
We did take forever playing.
No escape.
No escape.
Guys.
But when will he say moving at the speed of dark?
No, it's here.
Sensei Supernova.
I think he does it when he does this.
He really said bet. Yes.
That was what I call a big bang.
No.
Woohoo!
No, he does it when he only gets the battle gong.
Darn. There's no battle gong around. His little giggle though.
Either that or really like when he's running around.
Okay.
Oh.
But alright. I'm gonna move it back to just chatting. But yeah, I think this was a successful stream.
It's like a beta to like Smash or Pass Skylander edition.
Beta.
This was not really a Smash or Pass. This was more of a here are my intellectual opinions on each sensei.
I mean, yeah. Okay, since we recently did finish Swap Force, I need to go and do what is it? I have to do the slideshow for the Smasher Pass. It is coming in the future. I also have to let Screp know. Screp also is really sick right now, so obviously it's not recent, but it's okay. But I'll let him know that, like, if he wants to make his talk sprites, he can work on it pretty soon, because I'm gonna be starting to work on the slideshow again. It's going to take fucking forever, because I have to search up almost every character. It is so crazy.
And the fact that most of them are just the same Mabu model.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna be. Would you smash past this Mabu model or this Mabu model?
It's the same Mabu.
Would you smash her past Snuckles or Rizzo?
Obviously, Snuckles.
Wait, what about Blobbers? You know.
No, I wouldn't. Well,
save it. Save it
Okay.
for the thing.
Okay.
Save it for the thing.
okay.
I definitely want to see some superchargers now. I'm glad this was my first Skylanders stream I was able to catch. I know! I'm glad that you came. There's definitely more to come in the future. We have 4. Obviously, we could play through all of Imaginators. Imaginators is painful, though. I didn't play through all of Trap Team yet, but I would totally love to do that with some of the cutscenes that are in there.
I'd also like to talk about the Trap Masters. They're another one of my big favorite
Oh,
groups.
yes.
I can talk, and the villains too. I could talk to about. I could do a analysis on my opinions of the villains.
We would totally do a Trap Team one. Swap Force is also another one. We recently just finished it.
God, I love the Swappers.
Swap Force was a great game.
I love the Swappers, except for Rubble Rouser. I'm a hater.
Rubble Rouser hater.
I hate his feet.
They're kind of dumb.
They're gross.
They're just drills.
I hate that. I hate that so much. He's not a spy. He's no Spyrise. Spyrise forever.
Spyrise lover.
God, he's everything to me. Him and Firecracken and Freezeblade and Rattleshake. Ugh, love them. And then you have fucking Rubble Rouser.
Swap Force was top. Yeah, I would totally love to do Swap Force. And then we also have Superchargers. Superchargers.
Some of the coldest designs. Some of the fucking
people
best designs.
People slack on the game. They think it's the worst version, and I don't believe so. I think Imaginators is worse, and I play it more. That's the thing. I play Imaginators way more than Superchargers, and I kind of like diss Superchargers when it came out. I saw it. I saw the whole entire thing. I watched people play it, but I wasn't really interested in it. I didn't really like the racing gimmick that much, but
I feel like you hated it because you heard other people saying that it was bad.
I didn't really add an attachment to it either. That's the thing.
I remember I joined their Skylanders chat and they were like, yeah, Superchargers is awful. Don't ever watch Superchargers. And then, like, I was watching someone talk about it, and I was like, but guys, it doesn't even look that bad. And they were like, no, it's awful still. And then I think I talked Kooky into, like,
Getting it.
And we really enjoyed the game.
It was really fun.
Like, it's not as bad as people make it out. Like, yes, there are the race. Okay, specifically, like, the arena racing is a little janky. But, like, the boating and the flying, honestly, were kind of fun. I really liked a lot of the game. And it feels weird because then once we were done playing it, the whole chat was like, yeah, we loved Superchargers. And I was just like, but you guys were like hating on it a minute ago. But as soon as I'm like, wait, guys, actually, it's not that bad. Suddenly the whole chat made a change of heart that it wasn't that bad, actually. They were just making shit up.
I like the character arcs within it. They're actually really nice.
It kind of hurts that people hate on Superchargers when I think it did still have a lot of love put into it. Like, you can see that with the characters.
It was the last game they kind of put love into, I will be honest.
And then, like, to see it be like, oh, that's the worst game. And then, like, Imaginators wasn't the worst. Like, Imaginators is trash compared to Superchargers.
It's just... Imaginators will never live up to any of the legacy that the other Skylander games have given.
The only thing I will stand by is that the character designers did a great job with the senseis. I think they did a fantastic job designing the senseis.
They should have gotten a raise.
Those guys were perfect. And it sucks that they're stuck in this game. I so badly want there to be another Skylander game so I can play as the senseis in a better game.
It's just, it's unfortunate. Because, like, I love this, I love the figures. The figures look so nice. And then there's just the game. The graphics are shit. The story is shit. I don't like anything. They reuse a ton of stuff from past games, which is okay to reuse stuff, but it's reusing it in a way that it's just kind of sloppy, in my opinion. because they ran out of ideas. Like, I get, like, making a Skylander is really cool, but as someone who has a lot of creativity, I feel like a lot of the options while making Skylander, making Imaginators is very limited, in my opinion.
I think it sucks because, like, originally the vision for the game was, like, sort of like a battle class system. Think a la Fire Emblem. I keep using that analogy, but it kind of was. But then, like, corporate was like, no, that's not going to sell well. Let them make their own Skylanders, and, by the way, we're cutting the amount of time you have to make the game. It better be out by this time. So it was a rushed game that they had to start from scratch over again, reuse what they could, and it wasn't good. It wasn't what they wanted.
Not to mention, a lot of people didn't get the credit they deserve in this game.
Oh,
specifically the voice actors.
They didn't credit any of the voice actors because at the time there was a voice actor strike going on, so Activision decided not to credit any of the voice actors. Which sucks because I love some of the voices and I want to find out who voiced them.
And it's really sad that we can't find some people. I originally thought that Robo was voiced by Alex Ness because that's what Google originally gave me. But then now it gives me Sean Schmemmel. I think that's how you say his name. Like, why say it wrong? Why give me the wrong person in the beginning?
Yeah, there was a bit of a thing where people were just filling out random people on the Imaginator's IMDb of people who weren't even in the game.
It makes me... Like, ugh. Like, it makes us so sad because we're trying to, like, look who these are, but then, like, there's so many articles that say, oh, this person voiced it, oh, this person voiced it, oh, technically this person voiced it.
If you look in the credits of Imaginators, they didn't credit any of the voice actors.
There's no one in the credits for voice acting. It's really sad. Like, bruh. Really, they didn't.
It's probably why Hoodsicle sounds like friggin' Harold.
Maybe.
Well, no. The reason he sounds like Harold is because they according to the designers, that the higher ups thought he was too scary in Trap Team.
But that's what made him cool. That's the thing.
It's also why Pit Boss almost got deleted from the game.
The thing is I know like Skylanders can be played from anyone, like specifically us who are not like born like guys or like boys. But the Skylanders is more catered to little boys, specifically. I think a little boy would think that would be cool, in my opinion.
Yeah. They really tried to, like, okay, the first Skylander games were kind of gritty. Like, they had this grit to them. Like, they were kid-friendly, but they were, like, they had their serious moments that were actually, like, kind of dark.
Mm-hmm.
And they just decided, you know what? That we're not gonna do that anymore. We're just gonna keep making it, more and more kid friendly. And I just feel like that was kind of the wrong step, because now the tonal whiplash between like certain Skylanders and then the environment they're surrounded by, it doesn't make any sense. Like, look at someone like Graveclobber. He doesn't really make sense. Like, he has this, like, dark backstory, contrasted with this, like, super happy, bubbly world where everything is great and perfect in My Magic. It's dumb. It's just dumb.
I need to, like, make a video in the future of why I hate Imaginators so much. I really do. I gotta make, like, a script and stuff like that. I want to do, like, sprites first, though, like, talk sprites. Because I think that would be really nice.
I can't articulate how much I hate that Imagineers try to dumb everything down. Even Superchargers. Like, people look at it and go, oh, it looks kid-friendly. But, like, the story was genuinely dark at some point. It still kept that grit. People were, like, risking their lives. Chaos was killing people.
He genuinely... Okay, I don't know if we really should spoil if other people haven't seen it. Should we, like, say at least the beginning part? It's in the beginning.
In the beginning, like, he literally kills people. Like, Chaos is just murdering people.
Chaos, okay. I'll say this because it is in the beginning, and it's not, the game's kind of old. In the beginning of Superchargers, it's like Chaos literally took over Skylands. He did it. He won. He took over Skylands. Like, you are literally in a rebellion. It's such a cool concept.
He killed a bunch of people. He's literally wiped out islands of
He's
people.
using this massive machine to destroy islands that have people on it. He's actually killing people. It's insane.
And then by the end of it, he has this entire character arc where he realizes the errors with. He helps you in the end, and day is saved. And then they forget all of that in Imaginators. He's evil again. He doesn't care about anyone, and he's also an idiot.
He is so dumb.
Like, he went from he was growing in intelligence with each game about how he was going to handle the Skylanders, and he finally succeeded in Superchargers, only to get stupid again by the Imaginators era.
Imaginators just retconned everything. Like, I mean everything. Spoil away. We won't talk about it too much. We'll get to Superchargers when we can.
It's so dumb to me. Like, it makes me genuinely angry on how dumb.
And we're people that really likes lore of stories. We like looking into the backstories and stuff like that. That's why we say like all this information.
Mm-hmm.
It's because we it's just our hyperfixation. We love it. And it hurts us when they just retcon shit like that. When like you were building up so much lore that was a part of this whole world. And people normally people don't really pay attention to this shit. Normally like casual players, they're just like, oh yeah, Skylanders. I love putting my silly little thing on a portal and playing it in the game. But like, we look past that. We look more into like what the actual game is. And like, imagine like putting like all this like lore stuff in like, it's like, imagine making a world where you have like a series and you put like all this effort in trying to build up the story lore more and more while also adding new elements within the story and a part of the world. And then the last part of the series, they retcon everything. They just make bullshit up.
They dumb
They water it down so it's extremely kid friendly to the point where it's like kindergartner or first grader stuff, and the animations are dumbed down. They're reusing a lot of very sloppy assets. I have no words. That Imaginators it genuinely pisses me off.
Imaginators feels like I don't want Skylanders necessarily to be like I don't want it like dark, like, oh, it's so gritty, but like Skylanders was always that like it handled mature topics without like delving too deep into like super mature things. Like, it handled murder, it handled things like genocide in the books. But with Imaginators, it just kind of throws all that out, and it feels so tonally different compared to the others. It's not this. It doesn't feel like it's a Skylanders game. Like, all the other Skylanders games had grit. They had stakes. They had consequences. Yes, you were still the hero. You saved everyone. Hero's ending, whatever. Like, you succeeded. But with Imaginators, like, it's dumb. There's, like, barely anything going on. It's just, har, Chaos is making evil Skylanders now. Oh boy, they're gonna try to take over Skylands again. What is he gonna do when he takes over Skylands? He's gonna turn everyone into mind zombies. Mind zombies!
Wow.
Chaos has literally killed people before.
This is not the worst he's
turning people
done.
into mind zombies and being tricked by
A brain.
It's dumb. It's just dumb. It's not the same series. This is a story for a different game.
It is. It's crazy how much happened, like, right after I fell off Trap Team. Look, Superchargers was a great game. They did an amazing job. Imaginators is where they fell off, and it's sad that it was almost the last thing that held on to Skylanders other than fucking Academy.
I blame Academy and FGTV for what happened with Imaginators. And you're probably being like, why? Like, what does FGTV have to do with it? I feel like it was the demographic that FGTV was catering to. Like, keep in mind, they were like Skylanders, like golden era, like baby, like that was their bread and butter.
They were Activision's golden child when it came to Skylanders.
They got exclusive stuff.
And specifically in Imaginators, they have a song that is in the credits. I am not joking. They sing in the credits.
And, like, obviously, yes, Skylanders is for kids. But by then, like, their older kids were kind of growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Their youngest was, like, Sean at the time.
Yeah.
So
Sean was still a baby.
Yeah.
I remember that channel now. Yep.
It feels like, especially the dad, like everything about the game, like serious things that would be happening that you'd be like, oh crap, like maybe I should take this seriously. Like, it was always spun into a joke, like a potty joke or a fart joke. It was annoying.
Like, I don't think kid humor has to be dialed down to that, unfortunately.
And I think it's unfortunate, because, like, Skylanders wasn't those things. Like, look, it had, like, slapstick humor, but it was funny. Like, it was genuinely funny, and it didn't have to resort to gross-out humor.
The thing is, as someone who, like, I've seen stuff like that when I was a kid, I was never really interested in potty humor. It never made me laugh. I was actually very disgusted by potty humor. It made me gross. It made me feel gross.
Not to mention, these guys would destroy Skylanders, and I don't jive with
That's
that.
why I actually stopped watching them. Because they destroyed so many Skylanders, I actually got physically angry and just cold turkey stopped watching them. I couldn't. It made me so upset.
They would take Skylanders that they bought or were gifted to them and break them.
It was weird. It's just... It gave me a bad vibe.
Academy, too. I freaking hate Academy. Like, they genuinely, like, dumb. Like, I felt like... Okay, Skylanders always felt like it was for, like, 10-year-olds. Like, it was, like, not... Like, it was still kid-friendly, but it wasn't, like, so, like, dumb that it was, like, uninteresting. Like, they were able to keep up the stakes relatively that would, like, keep you interested. And then you had, like, Academy. Academy... I don't feel anything when I watch Academy. It feels dumb. It feels absolutely just... It's just shitting on what Skylanders was. Like, Skylanders was this epic story of people fight. Like, it was, like, good versus evil. You know. It feels like they wanted to mix that with, like, a slice of life show. But they didn't know how to do that. So it's just this weird mix of, like, oh, here's a tiny little bit of story. And then we're gonna fuck around for the next few days with this dumb, mindless plot, and no one grows as a character. Random, like, character flaws will come up, like, oh, like, in one episode, Eruptor has really bad anger issues, and we have to get that solved. And then the next episode, he still has those anger issues, but apparently they're fine now? Like, it's okay?
I never watched it. Well, Academy, if you ever wanted to watch it, if you wanted to put yourself
don't watch it.
I'm just saying, if you want to put yourself through that hellhole, it is on Netflix.
It's still on Netflix.
Yeah, it's canceled, but it's still on Netflix.
It's still actually popular on Netflix.
I'm surprised they canceled it, since, like, it's still, a lot of people still watch it.
But Academy, I think it fucked up in the sense of it waited too long to have a definitive story. It waited way too long.
It waited last minute because they were actually going to do stuff with Spyro, and then they canceled the series.
It was so dumb. It was dumb.
Why give us that? I don't plan on to.
Oh, hi, Scrap.
Hi, I've walked into a rant about Academy. Yeah, we hate Academy.
Hi.
I hope you enjoy. we were talking about like all our rants with Imaginators and like where it's at, because we are very, very, very passionate about like stuff about Skylanders.
Academy even had the audacity to shit on the legacy of Crash Bandicoot and made him talk, and I don't respect that. Like, why? No.
Did
no.
they even... Okay, it's been a while since I've watched Academy, and you watch it because of your little brother. Does Neo Cortex appear?
I don't know. I don't think he does.
I don't think he
I don't
does.
remember. Look, man, I watched through all of it, but it was so uninteresting that I completely forgot half about it. Only, like, the vague... I remember the ending, for the most part, because it was like, oh, look, cliffhanger, wow, maybe we're actually getting somewhere, and then it canceled.
It made me really, really, really upset.
The only characters that I actually kind of liked... I liked Glumshanks a lot. I think they were actually very fun.
There was one funny joke that was actually really I enjoyed, which was in the first episode where like Chaos talking like, "I'm saying what about all that candies you ate, sir? That's my anxiety medication." I love that.
I also appreciate that they got Chaos's OG voice actor
because he's too iconic.
If
He's
Chaos
too
was
iconic.
voiced by anyone else, I feel like I would have actually quit the show.
I think anyone would actually.
Like, he's too iconic. He is genuinely too iconic.
They also, some of the other ones that they did keep, they kept Jetvac, they kept Pop Fizz, they, for some reason, kept Snapshot, but made him British. I hate that.
Okay, this is a mini rant within this rant.
Mini rant.
So I love Snapshot. I think he's cool.
We call him Sean.
I call him Sean. But he has this thick Aussie accent. He's like a parody of Steve Irwin.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. Like, he's so cool. And they told his voice actor, keep in mind, this is his original voice actor from in the game. They told him that apparently they were worried that children would not be able to understand his Aussie accent, and told him to do a British one instead and make him an old man. What?
What?
You're telling me my Gator Man, my man, who was canonically like a animal hunter, like this man lived with wolves, he was traveling with the elves, and he learned all these hunting and tracking skills. Like, bro went from a animal tracker to a bounty hunter, and you're telling me now that he's an old man who sucks at his job?
RPG Rage says, "Are you serious?" Hold on, I gotta restart this chat thing. Hold on. My chat's weird.
It makes me unreasonably angry that it happened. Like, I love Snapshot. And they made him this old man who's terrible at his job. He even says, like, "Oh, I'm getting too old for this." Like, what? No.
You're not that old.
Like, bro. Like, he wasn't even, like, okay, for a trap master, he didn't even use his traptanium weapon. Yeah. Do you want to know what this man used as a weapon? He ordered his Mabu guards what to do, and he had a little button that would electrocute people. That's his weapon. The trap master.
The trap master had no traps, no traptanium, 0.
All the Doom Raiders were just sitting in crappy jail cells. You're telling me that they couldn't just, like, pry those bars apart? Like, look how buff fucking Wolfgang is. He could have pried those bars apart. You're telling me the Doom Raiders are weak enough that they need that dinky little iron bars are good enough?
They got rid of traptanium, and I'm still upset about that. Okay, continue your rant, and then I will have my rant about it. You know my rant.
Look, man, Imaginators in Academy are just, like, awful. Like, they make me genuinely angry.
So ignited my Skylander fixation, not to play more, so also what? No traptanium? Yeah, no traptanium.
No traptanium. no other the only other trap master was fucking Kaboom. And look, Kaboom's not a bad trap master, but what about fucking Wallop? Like,
I love Wallop.
Wallop is probably undoubtedly one of the most popular trap masters.
Okay, looking at the cover art of the box, Wallop is right in the front. He's more in front than Snapshot.
Yeah. And in the cutscenes, we see Wallop doing way more than Snapshot does.
He's in the lead. He's in charge.
Wallop is one of the strongest trap masters, and they chose not to include him. Why?
He would have been
I will
perfect.
never understand. And Kaboom doesn't even feel like Kaboom. Kaboom just
He's
feels
Arnold
like
Schwarzenegger.
yeah, he's just there.
He's the guy that gets to the chopper. He sounds like this.
I hate
And he doesn't sound like that in game.
I kind of hate it. I hate it. Also, the fact that, like, everyone agrees that Snapshot is a horrible boss.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
The Golden Lion was one of my favorites.
Wildfire as well. Another great trap master. Like, not saying Kaboom is bad, but, like, how many people do you really hear going, oh yeah, Kaboom, he was my favorite trap master?
Kaboom is Tina.
Like, how many people do you really hear say Kaboom was my favorite trap master? Probably not many.
There are probably people out there, but there's not many.
Not many. I hear mostly people talk about, like, Wallop, Wildfire. I've heard more people mention that they like Gear Shift or they like Head Rush more than they like Kaboom.
But what I also hate about Academy, like, similar to the fact that they use Snapshot and Kaboom, at least they have two trap masters. They have one giant, Ninjini,
Who's not even tall.
who's not even tall. Zero Swap Force.
Yeah, Swap Force got completely neglected, but the cores from Swap Force are there.
Mm-hmm. But zero Swappers. Two Trap Masters. Zero Superchargers, but they have their cars. And one Sensei with one Imaginator. This is Skylanders. We are known for a diverse cast of characters. Where are they?
Okay.
Come on,
So the Giants, look, I love Ninjini, but she did not feel like Ninjini. Like, Ninjini is a badass. Like, this Ninjini got trifled by the freaking Doom Raiders in, like, a second.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no. What happened? Secondly, I mean, I'm happy that they included Ninjini, but we couldn't have at least included, like, T-Rex or something? Like, he's, like, the poster freaking child of Giants. Like,
Eyebrawl's really cool. I know a lot of people liked Eyebrawl. They liked, a lot of people like Bouncer. Bouncer was cool. I know Swarm doesn't get enough attention. I think Swarm actually appeared in one of the cutouts.
yeah, he's a cutout.
He appeared in one of the cutouts in Academy. So did Washbuckler. That's the only time you actually see him. But other than that, it's just
But it's so weird. Like,
Skylander. Hi, Thomas. You're near the end of the stream, but we're ranting about Skylanders.
it's so fucking dumb.
I also found the name of my favorite Swap Force character. It was Blast Zone. Blast Zone's really cool.
Oh yeah, Blast Zone's awesome.
I love Blast
But
Zone.
like, I feel like they could have at least included like T-Rex, maybe in some backstory lore. They could have made like Ninjini's not even that tall. Like she's like she's like barely tall. Like she's just like a bit taller than Stealth Elf. Like that's not a giant. That's not no. I refuse to accept that.
I love all the giants. Agreed.
Like at least if you're gonna do Ninjini, like don't make her get trifled by the Doom Raiders in like a minute. Like that no. That's not Ninjini. Who are you?
Makes me furious.
The Swappers, look, this can be debatable to many people, but what doesn't lie is that Swap Force was the highest selling game of Skylanders. It was.
It was Skylanders' peak.
It was the peak. And none of the Swappers were included? We got one cardboard cutout.
It was the bigger the giants. I know.
it confuses me why no swappers were included. Not even Washbuckler or Blaststone. Like, those two are, like, the leaders. Like, neither of them? Neither. You get one cardboard cutout. Like, not even, like, his own backstory? Nothing? I don't even know how to explain. The swappers, they deserved to be in there.
They have such a cool gimmick, and you didn't use it in the show.
It confuses me. Same with the superchargers, although part of me understands why, but, like, I'm also questioning, like, why were their cars there? You spent the time to animate their cars and didn't even just think to put them in?
They have nothing related to the light element other than the Sunrunner.
The other question is, why does certain why are these cars here if these characters aren't there?
This is they're their signature cars.
Like, you're telling me that, like, just anyone can use the Sunrunner? Anyone?
I thought Astroblast was the one to use the Sunrunner.
Are they dead? Who bequested the Sunrunner to... Who drove it? Was it Spyro that drove the Sunrunner, or was it Pop Fizz?
I thought
Or
it was
was it
Eruptor.
I don't even understand. Eruptor even has his own car.
He has the... What is it
Lava
called?
Lancer.
No, that's it. That's what he is.
He says Lava Lancer, Eruptor,
The lava bike or something.
Lava bike.
I don't know.
Whatever. Why didn't he get that? Why?
Technically, all of the main cast, except Spyro, had a car! Why not use them? Pop Fizz had his little ship. I forgot what it was called.
Soda Skimmer?
Soda Skimmer. He had Jetpack, who had the Jet Stream.
Uh-huh.
Eruptor had the lava bike. Stealth Elf had the Stealth Stinger.
Mm-hmm.
Spyro
flew.
Spyro could fly.
But
they didn't use their signature cars.
I thought at least Stealth Elf did.
Okay, there was... I think the Stealth Stinger was there, but I don't know if she used it.
I don't remember. Anyway, it was just dumb.
It makes me so angry. And may I say,
what?
The one thing that pisses me off the most that I wish to appear ever since I watched the first episode of this fucking show.
Here we go.
Okay, guys, sit down. Sit down and let me tell you the story of why they trashed my favorite character for a dumb ass gag.
Can I tell them the joke first?
Oh, what is the joke?
So, I made a joke a long time ago. As you can guess, this is about Kookie's favorite character, Dr. Crankcase. Dr. Crankcase, it was called The Video Game, and it showed a photo of Dr. Crankcase from Trap Team. The Netflix adaptation, which was him from the comics, and it was... I don't remember what.
No, it was the manga anime.
The manga adaptation, it was him from the comics, and then the Netflix adaptation, I put Broccoli Guy.
You'll understand why for a moment. And okay, I don't actually hate Broccoli Guy. Broccoli Guy in game is fine. I actually really like Broccoli Guy. In Academy, you have most of the Doom Raiders. I'm going up. We have
Golden Queen?
We have Golden Queen, Wolfgang, Dreamcatcher, Pepperjack,
Chompy Mage, and Gulper gets a cameo.
Gulper, you don't see Gulper, unfortunately, in the show, but he does get a mention from Pop Fizz because
that they're currently trapping him.
They're fighting him. You don't see him, but they mention him.
He gets a shadow.
Yes. So he is at least acknowledged within the story.
Mm-hmm.
And you're probably wondering, where's Crankcase? That's what I asked.
For
years, Crankcase had gotten replaced by fucking Broccoli Guy. I will never forget Activision, nor Netflix, nor the creators of this fucking show for replacing my favorite man, one of the most iconic Doom Raiders, and he is a fan favorite. He is up there with Wolfgang. Trust me, he is so popular within the fan base.
He's low-key, he was a little bit of a Tumblr sexy man, though.
He was a bit of a Tumblr sexy man. I loved him. He was my favorite. He was my favorite for years. And he got replaced by Broccoli Guy. Also, is my chat not working for a second? Hold on. No, okay. It's just not, no one's talking. But Broccoli Guy, yes, he got replaced by Broccoli Guy. And you're thinking, okay, Broccoli Guy's not that bad. In game, I actually really like Broccoli Guy. His commentary is very funny, and I just find it very enjoyable.
Whoever always said that fucking Harold Hoodsicle in Imaginators was the most watered down you'd seen a character, this isn't even watered down. This isn't even Broccoli Guy. This is just like...
He is the most annoying character in fiction ever. I want to throw him and burn him and watch him die.
So you know all the charm that Broccoli Guy has? Like, so Broccoli Guy, like, he's very funny. Like...
It's his whole thing.
It's his whole thing. Like...
He's not supposed to be taken seriously.
He doesn't take himself seriously. Here, he's like, ooh, broccoli is bad for you. And literally one episode he gets like almost godlike powers and tries to kill everyone, and then he like eats shit and loses all the powers. He doesn't even heal. Apparently, according to the Doom Raiders, he didn't even have any magic. He's just there.
So what's the point of him?
What also irritates me personally, like I was pointing this out to Kooky, but made Kooky even angrier, is that literally, it's like the show was trying to gaslight us into thinking Crankcase was coming.
You want to know what I thought? Definitely, I thought having Crankcase come. So Crankcase is known for building his Willikins, not his Willikins, his Villikins, where, you know, he has this mass army of wooden soldiers, and it's his whole thing. He has wooden legs that kind of resemble them, and his fight he makes Villikins. It's his whole shtick. Well, obviously, his Villikins, you have Shield Shredder, Scrap Shooter, Frankenstein, Fisticuffs, and, like, you know, some side stuff. Like, that's the whole thing. In Academy, we see Fisticuffs. We actually see Fisticuffs, which made me think, oh my god, this is a chance for Crankcase to appear. Is he something that is separate from the Doom Raiders? No. He didn't even appear. He didn't even get a mention. He didn't get nothing. He got jack shit.
The thing is, the weirdest part is that with Crankcase, literally I forget what it was like. It was like I think it was their Twitter. They were like, a new Doom Raider is joining the group next season.
Everyone thought it was Crankcase or Gulper, but mainly Crankcase.
Mainly Crankcase, because we had gotten nothing about him, and we saw his Villikins. Nothing. It was Chaos.
It was literally... Why say that? Chaos is not a Doom Raider. He's not. He's literally not a Doom Raider. He wasn't even really associated with the Doom Raider. Like, he saw them, he met them, they were in his weird house, but, like...
Then he kind of hated them.
He kind of hated them, and he kind of distanced himself from them. He's not a Doom Raider. He's not. I consider Luminous and Nightshade more of Doom Raiders than Chaos.
And they literally do nothing.
In-game, they do nothing, but in Ring of Heroes, they actually serve more of a purpose. It's sad when I look more to the mobile game, seeing Luminous and Nightshade be more Doom Raiders than fucking Chaos, who had more screen time with them.
Not to mention, Luminous has the brutalest, most coldest betrayal of the Doom Raiders ever.
I love him.
Literally, Luminous defeats Chaos in Ring of Heroes. Literally clowns on him. And then tries to genocide half the world.
It's Luminous.
Oh, it's Luminous.
I love him.
He's a genocide.
He would have been so cool in the show.
Luminous is canonically a genocidal maniac.
He's actually insane.
Okay. Anyway, back to freaking Academy.
I'll talk about Luminous another time. But Crankcase, they had to gaslight the entire fan base that, oh, Crankcase could be coming. They didn't say Crankcase specifically, but you showed his abilities. You said a new Doom Raider was coming. Crankcase, I feel like the Doom Raiders would be more of a threat in the show because they're not really a threat. They're just like a little obstacle that you have to deal with. Like, in the show, I feel like they would have been more of a threat if Crankcase was on their team. Only because, not because like, oh, because it's my opinion that I think Crankcase is the best. No. An evil team benefits if you have, like, a really smart person on the team. I.e., Crankcase.
Not to mention, he's the one that invented their big-ass machine.
He built that thing. They wouldn't be where they are without Crankcase. Crankcase is a very vital person of the team. I mean, all of them are pretty vital. It's just, you take that away, and they are less threatening than they actually are. Crankcase himself, he's not scary. I don't find him threatening. He's kind of funny. I enjoy his charming personality. It's just what he built. He's the mad scientist. You look at him for answers. You look at him like, okay, you build me this? Oh yeah, I can build you this. Because, like, normally in, like, shows, you would have the mad scientist character. And I definitely expected that within Academy, because there are a lot of characters that could have that trope. My thing is, they didn't put Crankcase in there. They didn't even put Mags in there.
They actually intended to put Mags in the show, but they ran out of time, so she never got to appear.
It's very sad because Mags is also an inventor person, and she could have been a little kooky, you know?
Another weird thing is that, like, I somewhat understand maybe why Gulper didn't appear. He's probably one of the least popular Doom Raiders.
Unfortunately. He doesn't have a lot going for him, and I wish he had more.
Because he's basically just, like, a level 1 obstacle. Like, his boss fight with him isn't even that, like, cool, I'll be honest. I'm not really a big fan of his boss fight.
I wish he had more. It would make us like us more. Make him like him more.
We don't even see him interact with the other Doom Raiders that much outside of the opening cutscenes, so I feel like he just doesn't have as much chemistry with them as you think they would. But Gulper at least gets a mention. Why, like, you could have dropped, like, the briefest, like, oh, Dr. Crankcase has gone into hiding. You know, just a name drop. Or, like, I saw people saying excuse of, oh, well, he's hard to animate.
Which is understandable because he has, like, 5 legs.
He does have 5 legs. Or that, oh, making a model for him would have been too expensive. But Crankcase already had a TV model.
Which was the commercial model.
He had a model for the commercial. So, I mean, if they really wanted to, they could have reused that. But let's go off with, oh, he's animating him is too expensive. If you really wanted to include him, give him, like, a video call, like, mention where he shows up in, like, just waist up. Or try to just limit how many times you see his legs. Like, just show him from the waist up most of the time. And while it sounds like it'd be kind of dumb, like, if you really had to at least get him a mention, like, I feel like that could have worked. Or just the name drop. Just, oh, Dr. Crankcase has gone into hiding. Oh, Dr. Crankcase is still in jail. Oh, well, we got Crankcase and he's arrested. Just something. He got nothing. He got nothing.
It makes me really sad because he's the main reason why I actually watched Academy. He was. I stuck till the end to wait to see if he was in each season. And each season I was like, oh, maybe he'll appear in the next one. Oh, maybe he'll appear in the next one. And then it got canceled. I'm like, you didn't put in one of the most important characters, not in the fan base, but within the story that helped the Doom Raiders. And you just didn't. You didn't even mention him. It would have been... Yeah.
Not to mention, it kind of... Without Crank... The whole Doom Raiders dynamic is completely off.
Like, I feel like Crankcase kind of ties it in together, too, because he was very important.
Like... None of them feel like themselves. Like, Chompy Mage is just
a grumpy
cranky
man.
old man. Like, that's not Chompy Mage. He's the wild card. He's supposed to be the crazy one.
He's cracked.
He's cracked. Chef Pepperjack, he just had nothing to him. Like, the original...
Surprisingly, he was close to his original character, but it was just kind of watered down.
He lost his oomph. Like, bro here was just making food kind of spicy. Chef Pepperjack in game was hunting down exotic animals for fun.
And making bombs in
out
food.
of them. Just for fun. Like, they ramped down his intensity and his passion, and it kind of sucks. Also, he would never cook out of a toilet. I don't know why that was a scene where he was cooking out of a toilet, but that's disgusting. No. Don't do that.
Dreamcatcher was the only one that had, like, an actual arc.
She actually had, like, an arc to her. Like, I'm shocked. Like, she's one of the few that I feel like she handled well, and I loved her relationship with Stealth Elf. I think they're kind of gay. But anyway, that's just my opinion. As for, like, Wolfgang, he's not the same.
He doesn't have the oomph.
And because he's voiced by one of the lead singer of Metallica, he gets very few voice lines because he's so expensive, which sucks because Wolfgang was kind of like I feel he usually talked the most out of a lot of the Doom Raiders besides Golden Queen.
He intrudes on Crankcase's boss fight, and it's awesome.
Like, and he's a cunt too. Normally he's such a bitch to everyone, but here he's just kind of like mildly like grumpy and says something like vaguely cool, and then he's just quiet. Like, that's not Wolfgang. Wolfgang's very abrasive. He's strong. He's very headstrong. He's got his own opinions. Here, he's just like a lap dog. Like, he's just following orders.
And
like,
he flirts with Golden Queen.
Now, I'm not angry. I'm not angry because I'm a simp. I swear.
It just
but
feels
it throws
wrong.
off their dynamic.
It feels wrong.
I liked when he butted heads with her, but still respected her.
Like,
I enjoyed that.
For Wolfgang.
It's so weird. It's so weird anytime they flirt.
It's gross, in my opinion. I don't like it.
Or when Chaos simps over Golden Queen. Yeah, he heavily simps over her in the show. Like, disgusting.
He's an canonical simp in,
like,
the show.
Like, he keeps a body pillow of her?
I don't know. I remember there was posters.
He had posters of her, and he had, like, a little, like, dummy he would pretend to kiss that was her. It was really fucking weird, actually. Also, Golden Queen, like, she lost all of her pizzazz. Like, she was rendered down to just being sexy. That's it. She didn't make really, like, any massive evil schemes. She wasn't even scary.
Okay, I will say, like, you guys say mommy every time you see her, but in my opinion, coming from, since Trap Team is, like, my...
Yeah, Discord mod, that's what Chaos was.
Yes. Trap Team is, like, my hyperfixation of all Skylander games, and I watch the cutscenes religiously. Okay, Golden Queen, yes, she is very pretty, but to me, she's not trying to appeal as sexy. She's trying to appeal as, I want this. This is what I want. I am privileged. Give me this. That is her. That's what she screams to me.
Uh-huh.
And that's her whole thing. She wants gold. That is literally it.
Here she's just, like, sexy bait. Like,
Mm-hmm.
she's always seductively sauntering around. She speaks in a very sexy voice. And look, sexy characters can be great. But it's
no
not
flavor.
Golden Queen. Like, she was never that. Like, look, I love, like a Rouge the Bat character, like a character who is sexy and uses that to their advantage. That's not Golden Queen, though. Golden Queen was never that.
She is upfront with what she wants. Will yell in your face like an annoying child to get what she wants.
Mm-hmm. The only time she was, like, vaguely, like, assertive was the episode where they were breaking out of jail. And then she was never again, like, doing that shit.
Mm-hmm. And it hurts me that she doesn't have the same voice actor because her laugh is so iconic.
Yeah, no. She's not... she's just rendered down to being sexy. That's it. It's so weird. It's weird seeing such a powerful and strong villain go from, like, the top to just, like...
Bottom of the barrel.
Bottom of the barrel. It's depressing, honestly.
I don't mind if you guys call her mommy. Like, it's honest. Like, I call her mommy. Like, she's
The
pretty.
thing is, I call her mommy because I think I love her character. She's strong. She's awesome. She's a hilarious villain, and she's genuinely captivating anytime. Like, she holds my attention when she's on in a cutscene. Like, I'm like, oh shit. She's like girl without hesitation turned Callie into a statue and then dragged her off. Like, that is cold.
Also,
In Academy, she just like stop. She's just sexy. That's it. But she's nowhere near as like cool.
she also in Academy, she's not gold.
Oh yeah, she's
It's
not
hard-
gold in Academy.
it's hard to
She's just
say that.
yellow.
It's hard to say that because she's literally
She
gold.
doesn't
Queen.
look metallic. But
She's
like
not
I
metallic
can
at all.
excuse the rendering. But like
In the game, she looked genuinely metallic.
what confuses me almost is like it also feels like they forgot that she turned people to gold. Like she did it like in the episode they were introduced, she turned like one person to gold. And when she was fighting the Skylanders, she instead of turning them to keep in mind, this girl literally sniped Callie.
She's
turned her
what?
Like sniped Callie, turned her to gold. Bruh, Eruptor just be standing there, and instead of hitting him, she turned the floor to gold? Like, what was that supposed to do?
Plot armor.
Plot armor.
It makes me so angry.
Also, she would have never flirted with Wolfgang.
Yeah.
She didn't hate Wolfgang, but she thought he was incompetent sometimes. He was good for being strong, but he always talked back. Like, he wasn't as loyal as the others were sometimes.
The Golden Queen does nothing with gold. Exactly. It's like the Trap Masters. The Trap Masters don't have any Traptanium.
It's dumb.
What's the point of them? Why have them there? That's my question. Why have them there?
It's so dumb.
Why
Like,
not?
If you're not going to use it, just don't use it at all.
Skylander Academy is like the Skylanders Academy mainly focuses on the course, I will say.
But not even like some of the like Trigger Happy literally had a model for the show, and he only appeared in a crowd shot. Trigger Happy.
Food Fight had more lines.
Food Fight had fucking more lines than this. Flynn, don't even talk about Flynn in the show.
Flynn is gross.
He appears, like, towards the tail end. He doesn't even look like Flynn. He looks like Nightshade trying to be Flynn, but, like, none of the charm.
with a Giga Chad chin.
Yeah, he has a Giga Chad chin. He's really ugly in the show.
He genuinely has a Giga Chad
Do
chin.
not look up Flynn Skylanders Academy. You will just be...
He at least has his same voice, though.
He has the same voice actor. But, like, Flynn, he's not Flynn. He's just not Flynn. Callie isn't in it.
My question is, why does Flynn appear at the tail end? Because he's a vital part of the Skylanders.
Yeah,
he was there since the beginning.
Like, Flynn is so important, and he's reduced to being the tail end, and look, Flynn's always been, like, a joke.
That's his
But,
whole
like,
thing.
When push comes to shove,
He's important.
he will help. He is helpful. He does try his best. He will help the Skylanders. And then there's, like, you know, in Academy, he's a joke. Like, he's genuinely a joke. Like, they hype him up to be, like, this great pilot, and he's shit at everything. And, like, yeah, like, look, Flynn has always been a joke. Like, he's always been the comedic relief. But, like, Flynn would step up when he needed to. Here, he doesn't. He doesn't step up. He's just there to laugh at.
Haha.
He's just there to laugh at.
This just feels like a normal children's show with Skylanders slapped on with a painted coat.
Like, you could... Okay, the thing... You know this isn't Skylanders because I could swap out all the characters with someone else, and it would be no different.
It would.
Like, it would not affect anything. It wouldn't change. It wouldn't change. I think the only thing that would change is maybe Chaos. Like, Chaos... Look, as dumb as he is, he kind of carried the show a little.
He did.
Like, I feel weird saying that because, like, I like Chaos in the sense that he is Chaos, but God, I find him annoying. I want to punch him half the time. But damn, he kind of carried the show.
Glumshanks also kind of carried.
Glumshanks was also carrying the show. Like, those two, their dynamic is perfect.
So did Cassandra. I liked Cassandra.
Cassandra, they actually did a lot with her. I loved that. Only to throw it all away at the end.
I did really like Cassandra's character. It's the main reason why she has her name, Cassandra. In SWAT Force, she doesn't have a name. She's just called Chaos's mom. I like that she has a name. And it makes sense. Cassandra, Chaos, I like that.
Eon's also a joke. Like, look, I like it when Eon is funny, but, like, this man...
He's so dumb.
He's not even a smidge of wisdom. Like,
No
he's
wisdom.
just kind of stupid.
He uses his beard to fight.
And, like, that can be cool.
His beard.
It could be cool, but they don't make it cool.
They make
don't
it
do anything with it.
cringe.
They make it cringe. They make it so bad.
And they make him obsessed with his beard.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Also, like, the random lore changes, like, they made Pop Fizz, like, related to Wolfgang, like, those two used to be friends. And they used to, like, tour together. What happened to the brief lore you gave Wolfgang already that he was, like, working with his brother Sal?
Sal did not appear.
Sal didn't even get a mention. Like, you
Which-
gave Wolfgang a brother.
Which I could understand. I could understand Sal not getting something more than Crankcase, but, like, it's kind of sad that you just didn't include him.
It's weird because they just added this in their game. Like, okay, Academy is supposed to be the tie-in to Imaginators. You introduce Sal,
Who he was pretty big in
He
Imaginators.
gets a weird amount of screen time in Imaginators. He appears, and he just, like, they don't use him. They cop him out with Pop Fizz, of all people. And apparently because of budgetary reasons, he wasn't in the show. But, like, he's the same model as Wolfgang.
Just use the same model.
Like, he literally could have just been the same model as Wolfgang with different clothes. But they chose not to.
God, every new thing in detail you mention makes me more and more furiated.
Yes, it's annoying.
This is why we hate Academy. It's not as true. I don't know if I'm a true Skylander fan because I haven't played Spyro's Adventure and I've only played Giants a few times and I don't really remember it. But I am a fan enough where I do enjoy the content of Skylanders before Imaginators. I like the story. I like the dynamics of the characters. I love the Skylanders themselves. It's really good. It has this charm to it. Seeing it all go downhill with just two things, including Imaginators and Academy. It is the worst send-off ever. What was the last thing? Was it Ring of Heroes?
Ring of Heroes was the last thing they ever did. And honestly,
That was more truthful to the games than Imaginators and Academy.
Ring of Heroes had so much love in it, which is why I'm so disappointed that after the rework, they just ended the game. Like, it was
You
genuinely...
can't play it anymore.
It was genuinely a great game. Like, I loved they actually kept to the lore. They
added stuff onto the lore.
added stuff onto the lore. Like, characters you never thought would get stuff. Like, look.
I think, what was his name? Nefarion?
Nefarion, the Nightmare King, he got lore.
He appeared in the comics.
They were going to tie in the DS games with Ring of Heroes, but they never got to because Activision decided to cut Ring of Heroes. But, like, they were bringing in, like, literal ancient lore from the sky, like obscure Skylander lore.
They were gonna bring back Runny's Pointy Boots and Bobbin Roode, which you probably like, who the fuck are they?
They're villains from the DS Trap Team.
They are the first one, the first game that I personally owned because I had the DS and I thought my mom bought Spyro's Adventure. No, I didn't realize there were multiple games at the time, but she bought the Trap Team version, and obviously I knew Runny's Pointy Boots and Bobbin Roode. They were both elf characters, and they got a full-on rework for Ring of Heroes, but they didn't use it.
In fact, they have a lot of concept art for Ring of Heroes, like full concept pages of these characters, like reimagining them.
It is so cool.
And
it's like the coolest shit.
This is the hardest I've seen, like, concept art, and it's such a shame that it
never got used.
It never got used. And, like, you could tell Ring of Heroes was unexpectedly shut down because of all the stuff they were planning to add, like, finished things. Like, if you go into the game files, you can find Firecracken. He was never released. He has a full in-game model, a full moveset. He has a full evolved form, which is basically you evolved them, they got a new outfit and stuff. He's a full evolved form. He has everything. They just never had a chance to add him. You can even see, like, banners in the game advertising him, like, oh, like, pull for Firecracken coming to the game. Nope. Never got in. They have full loading screens in the game advertising the Nightmare villains coming back, Bob and Rude and Runny's Pointy Boots from the DS. They're fully in the game. They were just never implemented yet. Like, it was genuinely unexpected. Like, it's kind of sad, really.
It makes me very sad as someone who just... It would have been... It's not the place where I would want Skylanders to end off, but it was more to the canon of Skylanders.
It felt like it felt loved. Like, it felt like
this was the love. This is where the love went.
This is where the love went.
Like, it was limited into a mobile game, but I would honestly take it. I did not finish the story, unfortunately, because I couldn't. I tried my hardest, but I just couldn't get past it. Anarchy, though, she finished it.
I finished the story. It was really good. They actually made Luminous a threat.
They did. They made him a part of the story, which was the best thing
Luminous
they could
and
have done.
Nightshade. Nightshade also got stuff, too.
It was the best thing that they could have done.
Even, like, Skylanders that you were like, why would they get extra lore? Like, I'll use, for example... Okay, as you can tell, I'm dressed as Enigma. He's literally my favorite Skylander ever. Enigma got additional lore in Ring of Heroes. Why? They just liked Enigma. They gave him additional lore. Like, Enigma has a very obscure backstory. He came from another universe. He was accidentally summoned, and he, with his power from this other universe, sealed away the darkness that was coming from his universe to take over Skylands. He sealed away the darkness and gave up most of his power, and he could never go back to his home. In Ring of Heroes, it actually explores a little bit about what Enigma's home original universe was like. And one of the side bosses, called the Goblin King, Enigma explicitly calls out that he feels that he remembers something like this from his original home, but he cannot put his finger on it. Like, they didn't have to do that, but they did. Like, it's so cool. Like, it showed that they genuinely cared. Like, they gave...
I love it when they put lore into stuff.
Like, they showed Pinata's redemption arc between Trap Team and Imaginators. Like, Pinata got stuff. Like, it was great.
There's actual effort. Luminous is still one of my favorite villains. Good villains. Enigma is awesome.
I know. I love Enigma. I was shocked that he got lore out of anyone. The artwork is beautiful for the game. It
is really good.
It's genuinely beautiful. Like, the game is amazing.
This is what I like about Skylanders.
This will be my Roman Empire.
It literally is a Roman Empire because it fell.
Yes, and you see all these beautiful artifacts left behind, and you're just left questioning why. Literally, I was so attached to the game. The day it was shutting down, I literally just sat there staring at my, like, fully maxed out Ambush. Ambush was my main. He was my first ever Skylander in the game. He was my main. I loved him. I literally just sat there staring at him, wondering what happened. Why, like, it was like saying goodbye to my child. Like, I loved that. I worked so hard in that game. only to have it all run down the drain and just get canceled.
Because of money.
And to think my ambush, the thing I worked so hard to, like, raise into a beautiful, strong ambush, he was just reduced to nothing. He's just floating out in cyberspace somewhere.
He's now... Is the game technically now lost media?
Kind of.
Almost.
Kind of. We do have videos of it, people playing it, so we know what the game was like and stuff like that.
But you can't play it anymore.
Can't play it
You
anymore.
literally cannot play it.
Unplayable, unfortunately.
Which I find dumb.
Kudos to the data miners who dug out everything before they, shut down the game fully. It was good.
I never got to play this. Yeah, you could have just played it on your phone. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm. I loved Ring of Heroes. It's my Roman Empire. I'll talk about it all the time. I joked with Cookie. I'm like, I should just rewrite Skylanders and just start like doing stuff.
We had like a little AU and stuff.
I would redo it if I had, if I have the time. Maybe I'll redo it, or maybe I'll come on here talk with me and Cookie can talk about what would we do if we rewrote specifically Imaginators or Skylanders Academy. I literally have like my own like rewrite version of Skylanders Academy.
I think it's called Reshaping.
Yeah, Reshaping Skylanders Academy.
The Skylanders Amino actually really liked it.
Yeah,
it was really nice.
I'm shocked it got so popular.
Like, stuff got featured. It was good. I'd be so down for a Skylander AU. It was like a more serious AU. It had a darker tone to it, obviously, because we're mature and we like more mature themes.
I feel that I was a bit younger at the time. I was like 16.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like now, like, I wouldn't make it as dark.
It's not like adult content, but it's like mature.
I want there to be stakes. I want there to actually be stakes. I want Chaos to murder people sometimes, like, because that's what he does. That is Chaos. He sometimes kills people. Yeah.
I want the Doom Raiders to be more of a threat. A thing that they have to face off against.
Like, you don't just canonically make Luminous a genocide. Like, literally, Ring of Heroes. Luminous. He is working with the Doom Raiders. He hired Nightshade behind their backs to steal this book and give it to him. Nightshade does that. Luminous betrays all the Doom Raiders. He wipes the floor with Chaos. And Luminous literally is like, I'm going to eliminate the dark element
Entirely.
Like, he's literally a genocidal maniac. I love him, but he is. He literally was like, he's going to commit genocide. If you don't stop him, he's going to commit genocide.
It's his thing.
It's his genocide. Yeah, he believes in genocide. Like, bro is crazy. Like,
I love the craziness of him, though. It makes me, like, he's more interesting as a character to me.
But, like,
Bro
he's cool.
has more flavor than whatever Academy has had going on.
Like, Luminous in this mobile game was cold. Like, that is better than anything that
It's like one of the hardest shit Skylanders has done.
Like,
light genocide, literally.
Like, he was good at, like,
it's all because he's scared of the dark.
He's scared of the dark. That's why he was doing it. Like, bro's a psycho. Like, and the fact that, like, he didn't, like, all he told Nightshade was the bare minimum of, yeah, don't worry, get the book, and yeah, we'll rule the world together. And Nightshade was like, you know what, that's cool, man, just pay me as well. And then he took the book and went behind his back and was like, alright, I'm murdering all the dark element, and I might start with you, Nightshade.
Bro did not care.
Bro was cold. Like, he was... Ooh, he's
when
brutal.
He says he's the evil overlord of the light element, he means it.
Like, Luminous does not bat an eye. Like,
he knows he's evil, but he doesn't care.
I think he even acknowledges at one point, like, he's throwing his minions at you and you're killing them, and he's like, I don't really care if they die, as long as I can stall you for as long as I need you to be stalled. He's also got the, like, genuinely, he is such a difficult boss battle.
In game and in Ring of Heroes.
He's annoying. He's really annoying. He uses invulnerability, He does disgusting amounts of damage.
I love his attacks. Like, how his animations for his attacks, they're so good.
Like, he's a legitimate threat. He's such a legitimate threat. Okay, actually, the reason why he's not in Imaginators is they do... Okay, it's not... I don't know if it's technically canonical. I guess it is, because it's, you know...
Nightshade appears.
Because Nightshade appears.
Well, not appears, he's mentioned.
Well, okay.
He's mentioned.
I'm not talking about that, though. I'm
Okay.
talking about, like, okay, so Luminous in Ring of Heroes, it kind of gives an explanation as to why he's not in Imaginators. Luminous is so dangerous, he needs to be locked up at all times. Like, they literally, like, have to seal him away. Like, I think they banished him again. Banished him to his spire again, because he's so dangerous. Like, they even compare him vaguely to, like, it's like, if he can, like, you know, they compare him, like, he is the duality to the darkness. Like, he is just as bad as him.
He
Like,
technically
he just
is.
hasn't gotten to that point yet.
He's not as powerful, but he wants to be.
The fact that, like, he could easily do what the darkness is doing if you just gave him more time and resources is scary.
They stop him early.
They have to stop him early and seal him away because they're so scared that he is going to kill people. Like, he will wipe out entire
Skylander
places.
game, but instead of you have to fight darkness, you have to fight Luminous. I would totally be down.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos is just like, but no, I'm a dark portal master. Luminous, I don't care. Beak! Flicks him away with a finger.
Literally, Luminous is akin to the darkness. They have several parallels, and it's kind of spooky. Like, Luminous is a creature made out of pure light.
And light is supposed to be the thing of goodness. This is like, obviously we have the core of light. We have the light portal masters. It's the whole thing. But to see it being evil, like, it's crazy.
Luminous is just the force nature and the embodiment of light. I mean, he kind of is, though. He's just like a mini version of the darkness. Like, he's the darkness. Like, if you could, like, reverse everything. Let's say they stopped the darkness before he became the darkness, and instead Luminous was, like, the light. Like, they are akin to each other. They are the same. They're just two sides. They're two different sides of the same coin.
Why? Okay. They stopped Luminous early, but they didn't stop the darkness early. Probably because the darkness had more time. But
The darkness had Darkness is ancient.
I don't know
Luminous
how
is
old.
fair. Luminous, I think he's old, but I don't think he's like
Old.
as old as the darkness.
He's old enough where he was sealed away before the light element was sealed away.
Either that, or I could see it as like a pick and choose. Like, do we stop Luminous first, or do we stop the darkness first? And depending on who they picked, like, yeah, it's
Hello.
it's just that. Like, I think if the tides had changed and they stopped the darkness first, Luminous could have easily become what the darkness was. Luminous is genuinely terrifying.
It makes me actually really happy.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know. I knew I had a great idea of just, like, kind of, like, obsessing over him. He was really fun. I love him. He's, like, one of the main villains that I use all the time because he's, like, so fucking powerful and shit. Like, bro is, like, abnormally strong.
Luminous is... I honestly don't know why they didn't use Luminous more. The fact that, like, I think it's wasted potential, honestly. The fact
Such
that
a great character.
they akin him to the darkness. It feels like they had a lot more planned for him. Like, literally, he's akin to the darkness. He does similar things to the dark. He even talks. Like, if you pay attention to how he talks about the light and what he's going to do.
Step into the light.
And he's just like the darkness, but, like, replace all the dark stuff with light.
Just replace it with light.
Yeah, he's the same thing. Even if you look at their faces, like, that, like, just they...
Squinty face.
Their squinty faces, the fact they're just, bare, like, forms.
You kept just getting stronger, no cap. He what up?
Yeah, like, he's just...
Imagine Luminous with the power of the core of light.
That would be terrifying.
He would actually turn, like, okay, in Superchargers, they try to turn the core of light into a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really work that well. It kind of does, but, like, it's not, like, what you think. Luminous, he would genuinely turn it into a weapon.
There are actually few villains that, like, genuinely sort of get, like, an ending where they are just permanently, like, locked away forever. Like, they cannot kill them. They just lock them away forever.
Mm-hmm.
Of the examples, we have Nefarion. They couldn't kill Nefarion. They locked him away. They froze him.
Mm-hmm.
They froze him forever. We have the Darkness, who got sealed away. And I think, was he killed in Superchargers? I feel like he just got, like,
Nefarion?
zapped. No, the Darkness at the end of Superchargers.
He kind of, I guess it's kind of killing, because he just kind of fell apart.
He fell apart, but we still see, like, the purple mist, so I think he's just gravely weakened and, like, captured. They couldn't really, because he's a force of nature, you can't really kill him. Chaos's mom, who's one of the strongest Dark Portal Masters out there, she got sealed away in a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Luminous is another example of a villain that
Got sealed away.
like they didn't even resort to Traptanium. They didn't. Literally they state in Ring of Heroes, he's so dangerous they have to seal him back away in the Spire under powerful magic to keep him sedate there. Like, what? Like, that's...
What I love about Luminous's level in the game, in the console version, what I love is as he's impersonating Mags, he's just like, I'm not a big scary monster that's trying to escape an ancient prison or anything.
Like, it's an ancient prison. Like, it was
He's
designed
old
for him. And, like, I feel like you could trap him in Traptanium, but...
I mean, it works.
It works.
But it's not recommended.
It's literally not recommend. Like, they literally say, like, in Ring of Heroes, they're like, we can't just Traptanium him. Like, he needs to be sealed away again. Like, that's not gonna work. Like, he keeps getting out of Traptanium. How? I don't know. It literally does, like, literally last time we saw him, he was in Traptanium, and then he's out again. The Doom Raiders, it explains that they, they escaped again because of, like, Chaos fucking around with the book. As for Luminous, it never explains how he got out, but they literally call out, yeah, no, we're not using Traptanium on him anymore. That doesn't work. We're just gonna fucking seal him away again. He just needs to stay down. And that's scary. Like, he can be threatening. Like, let him get to the point. I would love it. Like, Luminous could have made an amazing final boss. Like, he could have been the parallel to the Darkness. I think it would have been very interesting if Luminous became, like, a final boss character, where throughout the entire game he manipulates you, thinking that you're doing the right thing by defeating, like, dark entities. And then it turns out that Luminous was just fucking with you all along. He just didn't give a shit. Like, that, like, he was using you.
It would.
Sorry, but Skylanders Spyro was the ugliest version of him. You know what? That's valid. I don't really like his design in Skylanders.
I don't like his design in Academy. I'm gonna say that.
Oh yeah, he got uglier in Academy.
Yeah, don't watch Academy.
Or Imaginators. That was the ugliest version.
Yeah, don't look at those.
Don't look at those. I'm not a fan of his design, honestly.
But we're not like huge Spyro nerds.
I'm not a Spyro nerd. I prefer his cute design in the Reignited trilogy.
Yeah. We're not the Spyro nerds, we are the Skylander nerds.
I'm more of a fan of Skylanders than I am of Spyro. But Spyro's is still a great series.
Yeah. We obsess more with the Skylanders.
I can't believe we've been ranting for already 2 hours about these fucking games. We were probably...
We were supposed to end a while ago.
We were supposed to end a while ago. Well,
I
thanks for coming to our rant.
Should I just change the stream name to Anarchy and Kooky Rant about Skylanders?
Yeah.
I probably should.
Man, it would be insane. All of your adventure to fight, we're just making him stronger. Yeah, I feel like that would be traumatizing to children. Like, it would be the Magalore of new kids, and I would...
I love Magalore!
Look, I'm willing, if I ever get the chance, if they ever go, Anarchy, you can make the next Skylander game. I would have made Luminous betray you. Like, he would have abused you.
Slow claps.
I would have, yeah, he would have had, like the end, like, it would have been this grandiose ending. Like, I would genuinely do the coldest fake outs. Like, grandiose, like, all is saved. And then it's the slow clap. And Luminous betrays you. And you just made him stronger. If I could, I would base it on how well you did throughout the game. Like, oh, how many level stars did you get? If you got a bunch of level stars, you made him really powerful.
I know, and I wasn't. That's my headcanon. We are Luminous stans in this chat. We focus mainly on the villains than, you know. We focus mainly on the villains more than, like, popular Skylanders.
Yeah.
But that's just us.
That is just us.
Alright. I think Luminous and Megalore are the same. They are pretty... I mean, he did kind of, like, try to trick you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might be it for tonight. It is, like, 12 for us, almost 1. So, and I'm pretty sure Anarchy's kind of eepy.
Anarchy is a little eepy.
I love Skylanders. Great. I'm glad Irene sparked your passion for it. Because it's a game that I hyperfixate over. It's one of my hyperfixations. Other than Deltarune and, like, Kirby and stuff like that. But, you know, it's just what I love. I'm gonna do this. And this officially ignited my hyperfixation. That's adorable. I love that. Well, if you have the chance, in the future, we are going to probably play through 4 of the games. Not in one sitting, but 4 of the games that we have. We have from SWAT Force to Imaginators. That's what we have. So, it is definitely a possibility that we can do. Are you tired, Anarchy?
Anarchy's a little eepy.
It's EP time. We have to go.
Well,
EPs.
Good night, chat.
Good night. Thank you for hearing our long rant at the end.
Our long rant.
I'm going to probably rename this stream. Alright.
Skylanders Imaginators. But then Anarchy and Kooky rant for 2 hours about fucking Imaginators and Skylanders Academy.
And why we love certain things about Ring of Heroes. Anyway.
Yeah. I don't tolerate any Ring of Heroes slander on this channel, so if I find you...
Yeah, be careful. Anarchy's a mod.
Anarchy's a mod. Anarchy will ban you if you start slandering her favorite Ring of Heroes characters.
Hopefully I can catch this, Supercharger, because I know nothing about that. Okay, Superchargers will be probably one of the better games that we play. Good night, everyone.